We are the workers of yesterday.
Forgotten.
Pushed aside for a new world.
Bankrupt.
Homeless.
Husband against wife. Father against son.
Brothers against brothers.
What we gains.
Friendship.
Solidarity. Community. Survival.
We are the workers of yesterday. Miners united will never be defeated. Miners united will never be defeated. Miners united will never be defeated. We are the workers of yesterday. Strike!
Fellow members, this presidential address has been completed within the last 24 hours, and obviously I've tried to take account of all the factors which have taken place in what can only be described as the most memorable and certainly most important period in the history of this union. This extraordinary annual conference takes place during the 18th week of the most bitter dispute ever seen in the mining industry since 1926. A strike sparked off by the coal board's announcement on March the 6th that it intended to close 20 pits and destroy 20,000 jobs over the coming year alone. It was obvious that this decision marked the beginning of the pit closure programme announced by the coal board chairman over a year ago. Translated into flesh and blood terms, this meant over 70 pit closures and 70,000 job losses. By the time the union had presented its claim for wages in 1983, it had been made clear that the board's intention was to run down the industry. Through the police, the judiciary, the social security system, whichever way seems possible, the full weight of the state is being brought to bear upon us in an attempt to try and break this strike. Throughout the past 18 weeks, with over 80% of British miners out on strike, fighting for the survival of their industry, pits, jobs and communities, we have witnessed the sad sight of a small section of our members ignoring or trying to ignore the union's fight for survival. But when workers are in dispute, you do not cross the picket lines. During the course of this strike, well over 4,000 of our members have been arrested. Nearly 2,000 have been injured, many of them very seriously. 2 miners have been killed fighting for the right to work. Each of these facts alone should have convinced any trade unionist to stop work immediately. Miners on strike and their families are facing intense hardship in this dispute, and I can only applaud their determination and courage. Not only have they faced deprivation and hunger, they have been on the front lines, facing the most massive assault on civil liberties, human rights ever launched against trade unionists in this country. But we will not be defeated. The magnificent courage of our members will see us through to victory. Ours is a noble aim, to defend pits, jobs, communities, and the right to work.
Categories have been classified into 3 categories of vulnerability. The most vulnerable being sewage, gas, electricity and water. The are railways, docks, coal and dustmen. And the least vulnerable are other public transport, education, personal telephones, air transport and steel.
It is these industries that will bring the country to a halt if they strike. Therefore, we need a backup plan in case that were to happen.
Making strikes illegal would give us time to prepare.
Even if we had time to prepare, coal would still bring the country down after a week of striking. We need to start stockpiling coal and converting coal to oil power.
It is a fact that coal is cheaper than oil. In the present financial climate, it affords great advantages.
It's also cheaper to import the coal rather than having it produced here.
That would mean the closure of 120 pits and God knows how many jobs could be lost. I'm prepared to have entire communities living off the dole.
Do you want this government to be ruled by the unions? Because if we don't stop this now, that's what it'll come
The
to.
miners are not to suffer because you have a grudge against Scargill.
I don't have anything against Scargill or the unions. This is about protecting the people and saving the economy.
Now it's putting people out of work, saving the economy.
There are plenty of jobs for them in other industries.
We'll be ruining communities and businesses that group around the mines.
That's not our problem.
No, but we do have responsibilities.
Our responsibilities are to prepare for the inevitable.
And what is the inevitable?
Well, we know the unions are planning to strike again for a higher pay rate.
It's a problem we can't keep giving in to.
You saw what it did to the last government, and I'm damn sure they'll try and do the same again.
They are our enemies and the enemies of the next Tory government.
They will not win.
They will not go down without a fight.
We will be ready.
We will train police, stop strike funding, stockpile coal, bring in non-union workers, and together we will bring down the unions.
Yes.
We will defeat them. We know how to defeat them. We have learned from their tactics from 74.
And I will not be a
we
part of this.
will win.
Thank you.
Belief that the strike would be over in weeks soon ended, and clash between pitmen and police became a nightly occurrence on TV. The feeling at the time was that we had to do something about it and to keep our jobs because we were being warned and told, especially by Margaret Thatcher, that she intended to deindustrialise the economy, which we've already seen done in regard with the steelworks and docks, etc. And we knew that we were next.
I made these signs last night.
No, I made soup kitchen yesterday. Some really good soup. It went down really well. It was tomato and basil.
Ooh, basil.
Oh, I don't like it when they put these foreign things in soup. What's wrong with a bit of salt and pepper?
Well, basil's not foreign.
Oh, B, I made it myself.
Oh, okay.
Homegrown.
So any good? Do you bring any with you?
I did, I've got some in my bag.
Oh, Jesus, this is nice.
I'm more of a chicken soup last myself.
I am really glad.
No, that smells like farts to me.
Oh, so.
Disgusting. Dirty sod.
It is. Yeah, Maggie.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you fall because I couldn't wait to work yesterday.
Maggie.
Oh, that's unlucky, man.
Must be that name of yours.
I don't be nasty, it's not her fault, is it? No, but it's the mother's Cheryl.
I'll have less of that.
Sandra.
Yep.
It's a bit nippy. Will you put a log on the fireplace?
Right.
Oh, speaking of logs, I ain't been regular for 2 weeks.
Can't afford the laxatives, eh?
No, times are hard, aren't they, love?
Feel like your stool's in it, too. Well, your husband always said you was full of shit.
Well, is it chicken soup day?
Alright, love, I understand. It's all this stress and worry of a strike. You don't shit.
It's not good for me body.
It's
Hey,
not.
so have you tried that lavender water I had? That flushes it out quite nice.
Well, if you don't shift your shit, your breath will smell wonderful.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
Yeah, Sandra. You know the walls are all up.
Paper thinner.
Well, I've been hearing your daddy coughing in the morning, amongst other things like
Oh,
that.
Daddy, Daddy.
Oh,
Your mouth down the gutter.
I ain't getting any. There's no problem in listening. So, Sandra, is it all right?
It's not good, is it, girls?
What's this, Sandra?
See how we're Danny? He's got bloody emphysema, Annie. Hey up.
The Miners United will never be defeated!
Anyway, Cheryl, get your ass home, cook me some tea.
Get off your cheeky
Don't
sod.
talk so bloody soft.
Oh, ain't he lovely? So the beans boxes then, Duck? Well, I had to force him, didn't I? Don't like stuff like that.
No, neither does our John.
No, it must be a man thing.
Yeah.
See, Doctor didn't say, but
You just know, don't you? What's it called?
women's intuition. That's it.
God, Cheryl. If God existed, people like Margaret Thatcher would be dead.
That's true.
Maggie, Maggie, Maggie.
Ow, ow, ow!
Maggie.
Ow!
Maggie.
Ow!
Maggie, Maggie, Maggie.
Ow, ow, ow! Got it. Round about Maggie Thatcher, not me out way.
You know that Margaret Thatcher, though? She's got lovely hair.
Right. God is my bloody witness.
Yeah.
Right, you look here. There's a line. It's a frigging wig. Honestly. Maybe she's got one of them things what men get. Receding hairline. One of those. It could be a receding hairline because I heard that she's a man. Maybe she's what is it?
Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
You know, you can't confuse with hermaphrodite girl.
Who's that?
George Michael.
I would not say no to that.
Well, I don't mean to burst your bubble, love, but it's say no to you because I think he's gay.
There's a difference. Girls will back me up here. There's a difference between gay and looking after yourself. He's not gay.
That man likes penis.
Dirty sod. Miners United will never be defeated. Miners United will never be defeated. Go on, son.
Oh, Babs, what have you done, Gladys? Well, I stood on dog shit on the way you ran in. That was on the deck. I will. I'll pretend it's Maggie Thatcher's face. You sit on Maggie Thatcher's face. Yeah, speaking about treading in dog shit, I saw your relevant shop the other day.
Yeah. What did he have to say for himself in love?
Well, it was buying some bread, do you know, stuff.
Good stuff.
The good stuff.
How do you thought the good stuff? Well, I heard, this is just a rumour though, ladies, that they've been doing bets on the picket line.
Oh.
He has been spending a lot of time there, so I reckon he's won one. He must have done. Yeah, must have done it. Yeah? Ain't glad?
Yeah, Cheryl.
You know my mum's necklace?
Yeah, I do, Cheryl, why?
I've had to pawn it off, haven't I?
Oh, your mama bloody kill you if she knew
would.
you'd done that.
She'd be turning in her grave if she knew you'd done that.
You know, to think, Cheryl, you're selling your sentimentals when your husband could have gone back to work.
I know, dirty money then.
Dirty money. Don't want to be a scab, love. Don't want to be a scab.
It's dirtier than that dog shit I've been treading in.
Oh, it's the Miners United will never be defeated! Oh, I think he's got George Michael's book. I'm waving up there. Just leave me.
We are women. We are strong. We are fighting for our lives. Side by side with the men who work our nation's mines. United by the struggle. United by our past. And it's here we go. Here we go for the women of the working class. Don't need government approval for everything we do. Don't need anyone to tell us what we should do. In fighting for survival, we find ways to organise. Where Women's Liberation failed to move, this strike has mobilised. We face the taunts of violence of Maggie's thugs in blue. When you're fighting for survival, you've got nothing left to lose.
Right.
Right.
Dutch game last night?
Nah. Meet him out.
Alright. Good game. Shocking result though. Leeds won. You owe me a fiver. Thank you. I haven't seen your lass in ages. She alright?
She's gone to her mother's. Family's round.
Alright. Do you hear about our Rob?
No?
Got arrested, didn't he?
What for?
Throwing a marble at a copper's head.
They're still in cells?
Yeah, kept in overnight. I'm about doing organised strikes now, trying to make it more legal.
Suppose that's a better way of going about it.
Yeah, it won't get anything done though, will it?
Well, neither will before a marble at a copper's head.
It's a friggin' marble.
You alright?
You seem a bit down.
So, lass. She's pregnant.
Congratulations. How far gone is she?
3 months. Can you see the bump now?
Thought she was looking a bit fat.
Mate, cheeky bastard. It's going to be hard though, financially.
Yeah, it's on all of us, mate.
Because we're not working.
It's what we've got to do though, innit? I mean, striking's the only way.
Is it?
Well, what other options we got?
Strikes ain't getting us anywhere. Pissing in the window, we know it.
So what do you suggest? Go back to work and let Thatcher shut a lot of us down?
Why not? She's going to shut us down anyway. Might as well go back now while the money's there.
You can't seriously be considering going back to work.
We're going to have a family to feed.
We've all got families to feed. I've got 2 kids, both under 6. But I don't turn into a bloody scab, do I?
What a scab. I thought you understand, you know, being my mate and all.
No, Scab's a mate of mine.
Ford reported the biggest Monday attendance since the strike started. The routine pavement push and shove was the only confrontation, although Coalboard buses being converted for ticket-breaking journeys had been burned in the village at the weekend. The strikers here are feeling the pressure. The Coalboard says men are now working at all but one colliery in North Derbyshire.
This was the biggest mass picket in South Yorkshire since the strike began. There were at least 6,000 miners, perhaps many more. They stretched back as far as 700 policemen in full riot gear, with another 500 waiting close by. There was an atmosphere of real tension, with neither side knowing what the other would do next. The pickets tore the bricks from a wall and hurled them at the police, and merely jeered when told to stop doing so.
Now stop throwing missiles!
The pickets were in angry mood, furious that 6 NUM members had gone back to work yesterday. This morning that number had increased to 7, and once they were safe inside, the police advanced, clambering over the debris of bricks and trees torn down by the pickets. They advanced in stages, and the pickets retreated. A potentially dangerous confrontation had been avoided. As the pickets began to disperse, the police slowly pulled back. One officer was taken to hospital after being hit on the shoulder by this brick. But what disturbed the police most was the collection of marbles that had been fired at them by catapult.
Have you seen this, Sarge? What? Police turned against the public.
I have been on the first to report, but I couldn't get through. I did get through to the answering machine, but I've got nothing back.
Great. Some overtime there, guys. Put your names down. I'll be signing that, Sarge. That 112 tech is this Christmas's thing. You know, I don't see what the bloody fuss is about. All Margaret Thatcher's done is give this country a kick up the backside and a bit of discipline.
Not the only one that needs a kick up the backside.
Sarge, Dixon, how's he doing?
He's recovering. It's bloody ridiculous, isn't it? We're the evil ones. He was only out there for an hour and he got bricked.
He shouldn't have been there.
It was working. He needed to be there, didn't he?
It's his job.
Can I have a word outside, please, sir?
Can it wait until tomorrow?
No, I need to talk to you now.
Well, I can't see you now. I'm busy with this report.
It's about tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
I'm not going. I'm not. I can't. My brother is striking.
You're a professional.
This isn't about professionalism. This is about family.
Well,
You should have read the job description before you joined the service.
So, what are you asking for exactly? Cover for your shift? To pull out the job you've worked so hard to be a part of? To pull out the job that's been placed there to keep these streets safe?
Give him a break, Sarge.
Give him a break. Give us a break. Our men are out there every day getting verbally and physically abused because of the likes of his brother.
Hang on a minute, you can't tar everyone with the same brush.
All they're doing is fighting for their jobs.
Not our problem.
No, you'd think differently if it was you.
But it isn't.
They're losing the jobs!
We're losing officers! If you don't like it, leave.
Fine. 7:30 tomorrow.
Make it 6 o'clock, early start.
And say hi to your brother from me!
Sarge, there's an emergency downstairs you needed.
Half with me.
Sarge, see that, girls. Excuse me. Alright. Please turn against the public.
Don't get us started.
First it was demonstrated how to greet the Prime Minister of Miners Wife, Anthony Peterson. The dispatcher arrived with a big police escort to tell the Tories the strike was a tragedy for the miners, their industry and the country. And she had strong words about violence on the picket line.
Mr. Chairman, what we have seen in the past few weeks is not picketing at all. It is an attempt by force to prevent others from doing what they have a right to do. It is intimidation. It is unlawful assembly. Our duty demands and the national interest requires that we see that violence does not pay and is seen not to pay. Let violence cease. Let the law be kept. That is the spoken and unspoken hope and wish of millions of our fellow citizens.
The Tories gave her her usual standing ovation. They particularly liked her praise for the courage of the police and of those miners still working. Outside, several eggs were thrown. One hit the Prime Minister, though a detective's sleeve caught the worst of it, and a special branch umbrella went up to deflect others. The eggs seem to have come from protesting farmers at the back of the demonstration. David Walter, ITN, Fourth Quarter.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Iron is the lady as the lady is to rust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Iron is the lady as the lady is to rust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Iron is the lady as the lady is to rust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Iron is the lady as the lady is to rust. We want jobs. Tories out. 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 We want jobs. My girl!
I was on strike. I've been on the picket lines nearly every day. And one day, in August 1984, I stopped by the colliery to talk to a couple of senior staff. I saw all these riot police coming, hundreds of them. As I left to go back to my car, all hell broke loose. I saw a policeman with a fire extinguisher bashing a lad in the back. I tried to get closer to note down the officer's number. They was all wearing black boiler suits with no numbers. Next thing I knew, a group of coppers recognised me. One of them struck me from behind. I was coming in and out of consciousness as I was dragged across the road and down an alleyway. They blocked it off and beat me and another lad until we was unconscious, put us in a riot van and drove us down to the police station. I'll never forget. There's a big desk sergeant where they book you in. He said, "What the fucking hell have they done to you?" I was put in a cell. After a doctor saw me, I was taken to hospital. Sent home again because there was no room. At home, I had a convulsion and my heart stopped beating. I was in a right state. I looked like the Elephant Man. Finally in hospital, I fell unconscious for 2 days. When I came home, I didn't go outside for a year. I've been traumatised for 5 years. I've been on medication ever since. The police said I'd thrown a brick at them, and the charges against me got steadily worse. It was farcical in court. I was found guilty of assaulting a police officer and sentenced to 3 months in prison. When I came out, the BBC covered my case and put me in touch with Michael Mansfield, who agreed to represent me. South Yorkshire Police eventually agreed to settle out of court, paying me compensation for my injuries. I got my job back at the colliery after the strike. After a number of medicals, I couldn't work, even on the surface. For 2 years, I didn't know what day of the week it was. It was just crap, to be honest. Definitely ruined my life. Can't think straight. Not like I used to. I forget. And it's frustrating. I can't say what I want to say. And it's horrible. There's a lot of bad on both sides during the strike. But the police, they could do what they want. They were doing it legally. I'll never forgive them for what they did. I'm still angry.
I love my job, and it became more of a hobby than work, but a job, you know. I loved it. I loved the camaraderie around it as well. Used to get on great with all the guys. Used to work hard, play hard, drink hard, and have a good laugh. Yeah, I miss all that. I would imagine there's quite a few others miss it as well.
Why were you shot? Maybe good enough is the gender. How old is she now? 5 months now, isn't she? Really? I need to get the bigger ones down now, because you've got a big bubble money. Get that from your mum. Hey, you get cheeky. No, it's your problem. I know which ones to get there, because they've gone up now, like the ones that I usually get there. Yeah. But cheaper ones give a rash.
Can you afford the dear one?
Not really.
You just get the cheap ones then. You can put cream on it, I guess.
Do you think?
You have to.
Okay. Or baby food's getting either.
What does she like? Carrot one. Seen the price of that? Bloody hell. Well, they all look the same anyway. They probably taste the same as well. She's not going to complain, is she? Wait for a week, will it? Okay. It's going to get some rusks, but they've gone up and all.
Is that it?
Yeah, so.
250, love.
How much, sorry?
250.
So? Yeah. Have you got 50p I can lend? Sorry, love.
Is there a problem, ladies?
I'm 50p short. Can I give it you next week?
No, sorry, store policy.
It's only 50p. I can give you it next week.
Do you know how many women come in here saying they're going to give me money next week?
I need them both, though, love. Do you know what I mean?
But you can't afford it.
I promise I can give you it next week.
No, love, which one do you want?
Do you not know what we're going through?
I read it every day in the papers and quite frankly I've had enough.
Well, that's convenient for you, innit? Reading it in the papers. You don't have to live it like we do every day.
Which one do you want, love?
Well, I won't be asking if I want desperate.
Don't beg, it's pathetic.
Don't tell her not to beg. She's not begging. You shouldn't have to choose. Get them both. We'll go somewhere else.
You can't afford them.
See, I suppose I could go without nappies for the week. You shouldn't have to choose.
Do you want me to put them both back?
So can we go out, please? No. The only way we're going out of the shop is if she drags us out, and I don't think you're going to do that, do you, love?
I think you've humiliated yourself enough. Maybe you should both get out of my shop.
No. So I'm going to go outside. Oh, look what you've done.
Maybe you should leave like your friend with a little bit of dignity. You have left.
Don't talk to me about dignity. You think Margaret Thatcher gives a shit about you? In your little shop. Dignity.
Pick up two, last cards. Looks like I've won, lads. Thanks for your money.
How do you always win?
I'm just good at cards.
You're Randy.
Oh, no.
And you're
Milk
Roger
and
White.
bread. Milk and bread, lads.
Milk and bread. Whatever.
Not in for enough one then.
That's it, I think. Skins up.
I think I'm going to say
Well, in that shirt.
Alan Buds! How's your Andy?
He's sat next to you, you soft slot.
Andy?
Alright, Pete.
Look at them. They got more money going out than they have coming in.
They need their heads checking. Following scandal on it, lost bloody sheep.
What are you looking at, lads? Don't have kind in here, do we?
No, we don't.
Go on, sling it up.
Yeah, I'll drink up.
What the hell are they doing in here?
I don't know, Keith. You win.
Yeah, they was not very drink.
Get us one.
So did you hear about our Sandra and Danny? No? He's been rushed into hospital, love.
He's not going to get any better.
No. Poor Max. She must be going through hell.
She is. Last time I saw her, she was crying.
Nothing about it. Yeah, pulse through.
Me too.
What's up with Neil?
Money troubles, I think, Keith.
Yeah, I just started, mate.
You go, Keith.
found out you were going back to work. Care to explain?
I've got a choice, I was suspended.
So?
Look at that guy himself, but what else can I do?
Here, lads, listen to this. This daft bastard's on about going back to work.
What? Neil, man, I've got no choice, lads. I mean, what else can I do?
You can stick with us, the lads, together on alarm. Well? Are you fucking ignorant to what's going on?
No.
To what's going on that thick head of yours? I'd like to know.
Look, lads, don't no bother. Seriously thinking about going back to work? No choice.
Sit. Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Keith, I don't want no trouble, mate.
Yeah. You just want the easy life. You're all the same. You scabs.
Scab. Come here if you want, Keith. Like that, scab.
You are a scab.
Scab.
You're a scab! A fucking scab!
Keith, please, sir, Keith!
Just go.
Say it gets easy, you know, Danny. Just tell you how long it takes to get there, do they? I don't think it does, you know. I just believe that you'll learn to live with it. Everyone has hard times, don't they? Losing you was the hardest for me. It was awful. Just seeing you just lying there in that bloody hospital bed, not knowing whether you was going to pull through or pull out. I didn't know what to do. It was those mans that brought us together, wasn't it? And those bloody mans that tore us apart. It was so dark down there, so cold and damp. Somebody should have seen it coming. Surely it's not good for you spending all that time down there around that cold, not knowing what it was doing to you, and it was clogging up your lungs, clogging them up, not letting you breathe. Nobody saw him to see me. But why? Do you remember our first date? And he took me fishing. I didn't know which bloody end to hold the pole, never mind how to cast it. It was me, wasn't it? I got that big un. Oh, I got that big un. You ended up with that little goldfish. I'll never forget that day, Danny. Just like I'll never forget those endless nights of you coughing up that coal dust. Your hanky, it was just covered in it. It was black. I could see the pain in your eyes, Danny. You couldn't see the pain in mine, could you? Because I was trying to be strong. I was trying to be strong for you, Danny. You didn't see it. It's true what they say, you know.
when you're on strike and you've got money coming in at all, you do manage. We did get little parcels from the miners hall on Tuesday with a few tins of hot dogs, occasional chicken, that sort of thing. And you just get on with it. You can't not get on with it.
This memory, or maybe saddest memory, I don't know which way to put it, was Christmas Eve morning. I went out with some vouchers, and it was total, I remember it was around about £100 for this family, and a 6-foot-tall miner, who I knew, the Westall, stood there and cried.
Look, just stay calm when she comes in. Give her a chance to explain.
Alright, but don't expect it to last too long. She'll add the both of us.
Oh, we'll solve the white lie at some point.
But this is different. This is our relationship she's taking advantage of.
We've stuck together through thick and thin. I'm sure we can work this one out.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jenny.
Sit there for you. Yeah, how's Lizzie?
Yeah, she's alright. She's been a bit of a madam at the minute.
Cute, isn't it? So I was down at Picket Land today.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't see you there, though.
Yeah, Lizzie was ill.
She any better now?
Yeah, she's a lot better. Why don't we just get to the point and tell her why we're here?
Thought I told you to stay calm. So what you been doing in your spare time then?
Just at Picket Land? Picket Land, my ass. That's not what we've been hearing. Dave and Harry were in a fight last night with your husband. Why didn't you tell us? Answer me! Because I knew you'd behave like this. You had to go back. We're in debt and we're hungry.
We all are. I've got 2 kids, she's got 5. How do you think we feel? We've been friends since high school and you couldn't tell us this.
Does our relationship mean that little to you? That you'd rather lie to our faces? Look, I wanted to tell you, with £15,000 in debt, our house will be taken off us. And we have nowhere else to go. And because he's gone back to work, our Lizzie's been threatened. She's only 10. Do you know how hard that is? The slightest noise and you jump. You look at your little girl. She's happy. She doesn't have a clue what's going on. I don't want to tell her, but I have to. She wants to go to her friend's house, but... Well, tell her to get back on the fucking picket line then. We need the money. Everyone does.
Look, we're all supposed to be friends here. Now calm down.
But you don't know how it feels to you. You're giving up because you think it's hard having 1 child and no money. I've got 5 children. Do you know how hard it is? It's bloody hell to look after these and provide for them. But you don't see Dave going back to the pits, do you?
Just shut up! We're supposed to be friends.
I would never be friends of any of your kind. You cowards and you're disgusting.
They did help each other. Strong bond. But I think that industry is like that because it is a very dangerous profession, mining. And they tend to care about each other. And this, they did. And from my point of view, they still do.
Once more! I swear I will. You can't throw me a ball like that, sir. What are you doing for assault? Alright, Paul.
Okay. Hey, gorgeous. Ooh.
Yeah.
What are you doing in here?
I'd fight with Razor Green, didn't I?
Yeah, how'd you kick her in?
Yeah, you want to
Might have to pick up with my shoulder, mate. Show you as well.
Stop it, Darren, you're making me jealous.
I like that guy.
Anyway, what do you do?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, Scott just threw you in here. You must have done something wrong.
Well, Scott wouldn't let me go to Low Woody, so I said, look, sir, if you don't let me go, I'm going to piss in your bin.
So what did you do?
Well, I pissed in his bin. Anyway, what are we doing tonight?
Play footy?
4 of us? I don't think so.
Could go back to ours, play darts so much. 18's on tonight.
Paul, I'm not 10.
Yeah,
I'm only
Paul.
18.
Go to mine and put on the Atari.
We do that nearly every night, and look, I've got some, but I don't know. I think it's a bit risky for you.
Come on then, tell us.
Nah, it's too risky. You won't want to do it.
Oh, tell us.
Nah.
Tell us, Darren, or I'll twist something I think you're a little bit more fond of.
All right. Heather, you ready?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know now Collier is shut.
You don't say.
Wow, my brother's a genius.
Go on, Darren.
Anyway, I was thinking, why don't we go down there and grab us some coal? I mean, think how much we can sell that for, and it'll help Mum and Dad out, and yours too.
Yeah, but they think it's a bit too dangerous.
You're not going to chicken out before we've even gone, are you?
Paul's right, Darren. I mean, if someone's there...
Who's there? The place is deserted.
Have you done it before?
Look, all we do is head to man, grab a spanner, go down track, loosen a couple of bolts on the fence, get in, get some coal, get out. Job's a good one.
Well, I suppose it would help Mum out.
Suppose our house could use it. It's freezing.
So you win?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, me and all.
Ange?
No. I mean, if we get caught, Mum will kill us.
Like you've ever cared what your mum says? Oh, I know what it is. You want to go see Mick Tucker, don't you?
What you want to know?
I've seen you hanging about with him. You want to be with him, don't you?
Of course not, Darren. I just invited you to mine.
Don't lie. You know what, I don't even care. Go be with your little friend.
Darren? Fine. I will.
Mike?
Phil?
You alright?
Nah, not really, mate.
Why, what's up?
Well, my house got stunned again last night. My kid's been up all night crying. They don't have a clue what's going on, mate. I'd love to get one of them by themselves. See how big and hard they are then.
I know what you mean, Mike.
I mean, are they stupid or something? Don't they know they're fighting a war that's already been decided?
More money for us, though.
Yeah. Whistle it again.
As usual. Heyo, look who it is. Never thought I'd see you down here. Glad to see you come to your senses.
Who's the big man now, eh? Are you lost? Can't you hear me? You had plenty to say at your union meetings. Look at you now.
What do the lads think of you?
Do the lads even know?
What do you think?
They're going to kill you when they find out you're a scab.
Yeah. The difference between you and me is I've been on the picket line, I've fought for my job, in weeks without money and stuck by my mates, I've got a backbone. What's your excuse? That's what I thought. Keep your mouth shut.
So, mate, what's up?
Tony's off back to work. Didn't he tell you?
What? Tony, what's he on about? Oh, please tell me he's lying. Come on, Tony. Can't go back to work. Come too far. Yeah, I know it's been hard, mate. We've all been tempted. All the lads look up to you. You go back to work. We're all going to go back to work, aren't they? You're like a brother to us all. You really want to be like them? Stones throw at your windows. Look what happened to Neil. All he wanted was to go back to work, didn't he? But I need to. Why do you need to? What makes you so different? We're all in the same boat. We're all dealing with the same shit, just on a different day.
Andy?
Right, Keith.
What's going on here?
No. Toad's come with us. Right, Tone. I'm not going.
You don't get it, do you? It's over. You've lost. I don't see why you just don't take the money.
Listen, pal, we're not talking to you. Come on, Tony, we're going, yeah?
Come on, Tone. I'm not going.
Listen, either going by choice or by force.
Tony, come on. If you go through this, mate, I can't protect you. We'll go up together. I'm my best mate. If you go through this, I
We
can't
don't
talk to
know
you
what
no
press
more.
on Monday.
You're coming anyway.
I'm not coming yet.
You are.
I'm not coming yet. Fucking listen to me. Our dad was going to leave me. I'm not without having a kid. Get him out of here, Andy.
You're looking tired and haggard now. You're looking worn and grey. There's bags beneath your eyes. You haven't got a lot to say. Are the wages for your scabby coal too heavy a burden for your soul? When you try to go to sleep at night,
Is your conscience in the way?
Tell me, when the strike is over,
Where are you going to hide? Since you scabbed on all your mates.
who'll be on your side? You think McGregor's boys in blue will still be there protecting you? You'll find you've just been taken for a ride. When they talk about the strike of 84 years to come, of the hardship and the comradeship,
The victory that we won.
what answers will you give your kids when they ask what their father did? Do you think you'll make them proud to be your son or your daughter?
The telly showed you going back to work.
You've made it big at last.
A camera crew, 100 cops, to see that you get past. But why need protection from the folk that you've lived and worked among? Is it because you're cowardly, snivelling traitors to your class?
The strikers and their families, they're struggling to get by. The struggling's gone on far too long.
And you're the reason why.
Are you blind, man? Can't you see? They're richer than you'll ever be, for now and in the future.
They can hold their heads up high.
Oh, look, come back.
Found it then.
Well, you left it right in the middle of the table.
It was a nice touch, that one. So what do you think?
Do you think it's too soon?
Not really, no. To be honest, there's no one I'd rather spend the rest of my life with. shoving and pushing. We just got pushed out into the road.
Is he alright? Is he alright? Is he dead?
I was a young teenager during the strike. My dad was on strike from the coking plant where he worked in Chapeltown, Sheffield. My memories are mainly good ones. Although he had very little money, I remember the way that people pulled together. My fondest memory was having to go to school for our dinner, even during the 6-week holidays. I went to school in Tinsel, so most families were in the same situation, and we kids thought it was a great laugh meeting about school for lunch. Another real fond memory I have is Christmas, 1984. We ended up with 3 turkeys. 2 were given to us by canned relatives and 1 from the Miners' Welfare. The family whose garden met ours at the bottom didn't have a turkey, so Mum decided we should give them one of ours. But instead of sending one of us kids round with it, she decided we should try and toss it over the edge using a towel as some sort of catapult. We were at it for half an hour, couldn't do anything for laughing. As a child, these were fantastic times. But looking back, it must have been real stressful for Mum and Dad, having 4 children to clothe and feed. When I think about it, I'm really proud of my parents, the way they stuck together through difficult times. And I'm proud to say that I am a miner's daughter.
Feels like 100 years ago, and it could be last week, when they stood on the freezing picket lines and history took a turn.
We were already on a nervous time ban. Ken came over from the pits and said that the South Wales miners had come down to the North Staffs and picketed them out.
When communities refused to die or turn the other cheek. And what did we learn, eh? What did we learn?
We brought a few of them home, let them eat and wash. Someone suggested we should form a women's group, and it went from there.
For a year, the pit wheel stood stock still, and money dwindled and ran out.
Every Friday we set up a room in the welfare club, next to the pits, made up a food parcel, bread, potatoes and sugar, the basics. So people on strike could take food in, but that's not the only thing as women did.
But collectivism's hard to kill. If you stand and listen, you can still hear them shout. But what did we learn, eh? What did we learn?
We went on strike, had women pickets. There'll be quite a bit of pushing and shoving when the scabs used to go in. We could do more than the men, because if they were found trespassing, they could be sacked.
Feels like a week ago. It could be 100 years, when the police vans charged with their sirens on through the silent, weeping streets.
We lived on £9 something a week, because the social services determined we had a strike pay and wouldn't give us any benefits. We survived by raising money. All the money we raised went into a pot and then handed it out.
And they cooked and marched and argued through a mist of pain and fear, and a shut down picture symbol of depression and defeat. So what did we learn, eh? What did we learn?
We were all in the same boat, so there was a great community spirit. There were more scabs than strikers, so we were the minority. There are people we class as friends who we still don't see. It was father against son and brother against brother.
The past not just kings and queens, those like me and you, who clashed with a woman at number 10, who had to stand and fight.
We were on strike for a full year. There were so few of us left at the end. The men found it really difficult when they went back to work. They had to face the wrath of the coal board. Miners used to look after each other on the underground, but But then they had to go back to work with the people they'd been shouting at on the picket lines.
So when your life's been smashed to bits, what else can you do? As the picket braziers blown, smoke in the freezing Yorkshire night.
We always said as women, we lost nothing in the strike because we gained such a lot. We learned so much from it in terms of confidence and inspiration. Some women said, if I can get up and talk to thousands of people, I can go on to do other things, and went on to join council or political groups.
What did we learn, eh? What did we learn? By frozen peas where braziers burned.
I am proud to have been involved. It wasn't about money, hours, or pay. It was about communities and jobs, and for the future, and children for generations to come.
What did we learn? What should we learn?
I truly believe the pits will reopen. They'll have to.
Conference meets this year following the longest, bitterest, and possibly the most savage national strike scene anywhere in the world. We meet not in the aftermath, but in the midst of a historic and heroic struggle. We've come through a strike which has changed the course of British history, a strike of tremendous significance, a conflict which has inspired workers in this and other countries to defend the right to work. To the eternal credit of our union, we took strike action. Let me say unequivocally that in defending our policies, jobs and communities, we had no alternative, and history will vindicate our action. The cost of the miners' strike in Thatcherism has been truly astronomical. The government robbed British taxpayers of £8 billion as they sought to defeat the miners and destroy the National Union of Mine Workers. Looking ahead, one immediate task facing us and the movement is building the campaign to free our members, jailed as political prisoners, fighting against pit closures. It is true to say that in 1984 to 85, for the first time in 50 years, our people learnt the true meaning of the word community.
We are the workers of yesterday,
Forgotten. Pushed aside for a new world.
Bankrupt.
Homeless.
Husband and wife.
Father against son.
Brothers against brothers.
For what we gained.
Friendship.
Solidarity.
Community. Survival.
We are the workers of yesterday.